Suneung is an 8-hour extravaganza of back-to-back exams.
8 hours? That's absolutely ludicrous.
Imagine waking up each morning with a clear mind, no stress, no confusion about what you need to do. You feel sharp, focused, and even excited to learn? This is Kim Hee-jin, a student from CLM Girls High School in Korea, who's become a legend for how efficiently she studies. And more importantly, how she keeps her mind healthy, optimistic, and always growing.
Okay, well that's really good. So she's focused, she's sharp, she's fresh, she's optimistic, and she keeps herself mentally sane, mentally sane and stable. So that's actually really good. I'm liking it so far.
Today we're breaking down exactly how she does it, from her brain-waking morning habits to her unique study systems to the little things she does at well.
I'm just a planner on Notion.
Okay, forget that. I don't care.
If you want to...
Let's start with mornings. Most people hit snooze. They bury their head under the covers, and when they finally get up, their brain's still half asleep. Not Hee-jin. The moment she wakes up, she does something small but powerful. She opens her notes from the night before, or her planner, and does a quick 5-minute review. It's not hardcore memorization. It's more like telling her brain, hey, remember what we were learning? Let's keep it alive. Then she heads to breakfast.
Okay, well that's just super good. This is a quick review just to refresh you and just to get back into the mood of things. So this is the exact opposite of motivation first and action second. This is action first, and then you get that motivation. I like it. I hate the AI voice though, it's really frustrating me, but this is the shortest one that I could find, the shortest video.
But instead of mindlessly scrolling her phone, she reads the newspaper and talks about it with her family.
Okay, nice. Would I do that? No. Because we just don't really read newspapers anymore. But I might read an interesting article on something educational. Yeah, sure, why not?
Even simple discussions about world events train her brain to think critically before she's even stepped out the door.
I agree.
This is what sets her apart. She doesn't wait until school to start learning. Her brain's already warmed up by the time she's in the classroom.
Yes, true. True, I like that.
Most students do passive studying. They read a textbook, maybe underline a few things, and hope it sticks. Hee-jin, she does the opposite. She's active.
I saw this funny comment about... So I watched the video halfway already. Oh, my YouTube's glitching. But I saw this funny comment about she's literally doing 1 times 1 times 1 times 2 equals 2. I don't know. I just find that funny. Yes, that's really good. Teaching yourself is called the Feynman technique, and it doesn't even need to be to your friend. If it's to your friend, cool, because you can see if someone's understanding you, but you can literally just explain to yourself, and it consolidates your learning. That is getting the Teddy stamp of approval.
This is basically the Feynman technique, where you simplify complicated ideas into your own words. If you can teach it, you truly understand it. And her favorite trick? Sticky notes everywhere. She writes key formulas, definitions, or reminders on sticky notes.
Awesome.
And sticks them all over her house. Bathroom mirror, fridge, lamp, even the edge of her computer screen. Whenever she's brushed...
Okay, cool. This is really good. I remember I did it with quotes. I don't know what that was about, but I did it with just random quotes. It wasn't like English literature quotes either. It was just like motivational quotes. Like something from Socrates or Einstein or whatever, just posted up everywhere. But I think I just like post-it notes. I think that was the reason why. The more you see it, the more likely you are to remember it. And of course, if you see it and you recite it every single time you see it, you're even more likely to remember it. Also, who doesn't like a good post-it note?
Her teeth or getting a snack, her brain catches those facts again. Once she's mastered a note, she throws it out. It's like a mini celebration.
She's cute. Also, our brains are actually designed to forget. So posting these things up everywhere, reminders and things like that you don't want to forget is a really good way to make sure that you are combating that active process of forgetting, because forgetting is not something that just happens passively. It's actually an active way that our brain gets rid of useless information.
A lot of us try to study for hours straight, but Kim Hee-jin knows the brain can't focus that long. She uses an analog timer, sometimes just an old kitchen timer. She sets it for a short burst, like 25 or 50 minutes, focuses 100% on her work, then takes a small break.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would say, though, if you're doing more focused work, stick to the 50 minutes because you can just get more done. And sometimes when you're doing 25 minutes and you're sticking very much to the 25-5 rule, you're going to interrupt your flow and you're going to keep breaking your attention when you can just go for 50 minutes. It's close to an hour. Well, depending on your focus type, I would say stick to the 50 and then a 10-minute break.
It's the same idea as the Pomodoro technique, but for her, it's more about rhythm than strict time. Check out my Pomodoro playlist here. This protects her from burnout and actually lets her study more across the whole day.
Yeah, I agree.
Here's what I
Breaks
love
are really
most
good.
about Kim Hyejin. She's not just a study robot. She takes care of her mind and body like it's part of the studying process. She often goes on short hikes. Nothing extreme, just enough to breathe fresh air, stretch her legs, and give her brain a little reset. She also meditates. Just 5 minutes sitting quietly, eyes closed, slowing down her breathing. It empties out stress so it doesn't build up. When it comes to food, she avoids heavy, refined carbs that make you sleepy. Instead, she eats balanced meals, veggies, proteins, healthy snacks. That keeps her alert. And at night, she writes in a gratitude journal. 3 things she's thankful for that day. It's a small habit, but it fills her with calm and optimism, even when exams are close. So here's the question. How can you bring Kim Hyejin's habits?
Okay, before we ask that question, that's really, really important. So I've made a video on this as well. And the last step of the framework was to make sure that you are looking after your mind, your body, and your lifestyle, your diet, things like that, because you can study as much as you want, but if you're not getting enough sleep, if you're always stressed, your memory is not going to work at its peak. It's not going to consolidate information that you want it to consolidate. So definitely make sure that you are doing what Kim Hyejin is doing, and that is looking after your body and mind and soul and everything and diet, not just studying like a crazy robot.
Into your life. Try this for just 7 days. Wake up, do a quick review. Eat 5 minutes. Use time to break up study loss. Write key notes and sticky notes around the room. And at night, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Watch how your mind starts to get sharper. How studying feels less like a burden and more like a natural rhythm. If you found this helpful.
Nice. So I'm pretty sure this only focusing on the good things that Hyejin is doing. However, I know that sometimes this study culture can get a little bit toxic where they're just studying all day, all night, which I don't recommend. You should have certain times of your day that you're dedicating specifically to studying. Like, for example, mornings and evenings you study, and then afternoons, which should comprise of a good few hours, like 4 hours, you are relaxing. Okay, if that means a little bit of downtime on your phone, then sure. If that means a walk, go for it. And of course, when you're doing your breaks in between your studying, try not to use a screen, especially if you're using the screen to study, because I think oftentimes we are using screens to study. I don't know about you, but I definitely am. So make sure that if you are using screens for a sustained period of time during your study, don't use that as your break as well. Like literally go lie down on the ground, on your bed, close your eyes, and just listen everywhere, you know? Get into your Zen state, your Zen flow state, but break, not work. Or just sit in the garden and close your eyes. I just spend time with my kitties. And yeah, so just make sure that you're not having screens in your break and your study and everything, okay? Because it's just bad for you, it's bad for your eyes, it's bad for your mind. And it's not a real break either. Okay, cool. So I actually really, really like her study thing. I was expecting to be a lot more toxic, but I think the video itself does say 7 habits that make her the top student of her country. And I know that, this is not the case in every single one.
Imagine doing all your exams in one day. South Korean students are bracing themselves for Suneung. It's like A-levels in the
Suneung.
UK, but with a twist. Suneung is an 8-hour extravaganza of back-to-back
That's horrible,
exams.
I'm sorry.
You only get 20 minutes between each exam and 50 minutes
8 hours? That's absolutely ludicrous.
for lunch. Toilet breaks have to be strategic.
This exam, it feels like some kind of gamble because we've only got one chance in 1 year.
This exam is so important the whole of South Korea is impacted. Flights are grounded during certain hours, people come into work late to limit rush hour traffic, and even the police are on standby to give all
What?
students a blue light escort to their exams.
큰 시험이니까 좀 사람 인생을 바꾸는
She's saying it's definitely a huge exam, it can really change a person's life. That doesn't sound like an exam, that sounds like torture. Why do you have to do 8 hours worth of exam in one day? Could that not just be spread out over 3 days? That's I don't know if that's bad planning or they just don't care about the students at all, but that's horrible.
This exam determines your entire future. It's a career
What?
passage, and it decides what university you go to, your job, income,
Bruh.
and even relationships.
단시간에 한 번의 시험을 통해서 신분 상승과 가까운 특혜를 누리는 것은 한국의 수능
No, this is
Students'
horrible.
whole lives determined by one day. Would you crack under the pressure?
Yes, I
Imagine
would.
doing
Who
all your
wouldn't?
exams in one
Who on earth wouldn't crack under the pressure? God, new level of respect for the Korean students. And for all the South Korean students who are watching and who are doing Suneung or getting ready for it, I'm wishing you all the best. Your country does not care about you. What on earth is exam?